In a dramatic escalation of regional tensions, Iran launched a series of ballistic missile attacks on Israel, targeting key urban centers, including Tel Aviv and Haifa. The strikes, which occurred on Monday, have left at least 2 people injured in central Israel and prompted a flurry of emergency responses from Israeli authorities. According to reports from the Times of Israel, a 34-year-old woman in Petah Tikva was among those injured, suffering from missile fragments. Meanwhile, in Tel Aviv, a man in his 30s was lightly injured by glass shards resulting from the attack. The Iranian offensive reportedly involved missiles carrying cluster bomb warheads, a particularly devastating form of weaponry known for spreading smaller explosive devices over a wide area. This week's barrage marks the 3rd such alert issued by the Israeli military in a single day, underscoring the intensity and frequency of the attacks. Earlier, Iranian missiles had struck the port city of Haifa in northern Israel, damaging residential areas and a factory. The factory was reportedly hit by shrapnel from an intercepted missile, adding to the chaos and destruction. The situation in Haifa has been dire, with 4 individuals, including 2 children, suffering slight injuries. Paramedics from Israel's Medical Emergency Service, Magen David Adom, have been working tirelessly to provide aid and conduct search and rescue operations amidst the rubble. Video footage circulating on social media platforms highlights the urgency and scale of these rescue efforts, capturing scenes of emergency responders sifting through debris to locate and assist trapped individuals. From the wreckage of a building in Haifa, 2 bodies have been recovered, while fears persist that more individuals remain trapped. The missile attacks have not only caused physical destruction, but have also heightened anxiety across Israel as Iran continues to target Israeli and U.S. military infrastructure across the Middle East. The Israel ally military has reported intercepting 1 missile during the initial wave of attacks on Monday morning, while another missile carrying a cluster warhead fell in an open area, minimizing further casualties. Following the devastation in Haifa, Israeli authorities have been conducting search and rescue operations under strenuous conditions. The fate of those still missing remains uncertain as rescue teams navigate the precarious wreckage. The structural integrity of a 7-story residential building in Haifa is of particular concern, with initial reports indicating that the missile impact did not detonate on contact, but nonetheless caused significant damage, leading to the partial collapse of the building's facade and lower floors. Fire and rescue services, in conjunction with home front command units, have been actively involved in ongoing rescue operations. Israeli media has issued warnings regarding the potential for total structural collapse due to severe instability, raising the stakes for emergency crews working tirelessly to locate survivors. One eyewitness account from the scene in Haifa provides a vivid glimpse into the chaos and fear residents are experiencing. A local resident describes the moments following the missile impact. "A little while ago, we had the siren. I ran to the shelter, and there was one almighty boom. After we got the all clear to come out, I came out into the street to find a mess. A big mess," the resident went on to express a mix of fear and resilience, stating, "It's hard to talk right now because my heart is going a million miles a minute. I'm actually not afraid because this is my home and I'm in the right place." As the missile attacks continue to unfold, tensions have reached a boiling point, with Iran launching yet another wave of missiles, this time targeting the critical port city of Haifa. Emergency crews responded quickly after an Iranian ballistic missile struck the city, hitting a residential building and causing at least 4 injuries, one of which is serious. The ensuing damage has left sections of the building dangerously unstable, with firefighters reporting an immediate blaze following the impact. Sirens blared across the city as emergency vehicles converged on the scene, heightening fears of further destruction. With the building in Haifa on the brink of collapse, rescue teams face enormous challenges as they scour the debris for possible survivors. The Israeli military is currently investigating whether the extensive damage was caused by a direct missile hit or debris from an intercepted projectile. Meanwhile, in southern Israel, another missile launched from Iran was reportedly intercepted successfully, averting further casualties. Amidst this crisis, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz issued a stern warning to Iran in a video statement, emphasizing that continued missile attacks would provoke severe retaliation. As long as missile fire continues to target Israeli civilians, Iran will pay a heavy price that will degrade and ultimately its national infrastructure and the operational capacity of the regime, Katz declared. He further asserted that Israeli forces would continue to pursue and neutralize the leadership of terror and strike security targets and strategic assets throughout Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed this sentiment, vowing to persist with the military campaign against Iran in a separate statement. "I promised you that we would continue to strike the terror regime in Tehran." And that is exactly what we are doing, Netanyahu affirmed. referencing recent Israeli strikes that reportedly destroyed a significant portion of Iran's steel production capacity, which is used for weapon manufacturing. In addition, he noted attacks on Iranian petrochemical plants, signaling an escalation in Israel's strategic retaliation efforts. The Middle East is once again at the center of escalating tensions as Iran launched a series of devastating ballistic missile attacks on Israel, targeting key urban centers such as Tel Aviv and Haifa. The latest assaults resulted in significant damage and injuries, intensifying regional fears and prompting emergency responses. In central Israel, the city of Petah Tikva bore the brunt of the Iranian offensive. A 34-year-old woman was injured by missile fragments, according to the Times of Israel. In Tel Aviv, a man in his 30s sustained light injuries from glass shards caused by the attack. The missiles reportedly carried cluster bomb warheads, which are particularly lethal due to their ability to disperse smaller explosive devices over a wide area. This week's barrage marked the third alert issued by the Israeli military in one day, highlighting the sustained intensity and frequency of these attacks. Earlier in the day, Iranian missiles struck Haifa, a significant port city in northern Israel. The strikes targeted residential areas and a factory, causing damage and chaos. The factory was hit by shrapnel from an intercepted missile, compounding the destruction. In Haifa, 4 individuals, including 2 children, suffered slight injuries. Israel's medical emergency service, Magen David Adom, has been tirelessly providing aid and conducting search and rescue operations amidst the rubble. Videos on social media depict the urgency of the situation, showing emergency responders combing through debris to locate and assist trapped individuals. 2 bodies have been recovered from the wreckage of a building in Haifa, with concerns that more individuals remain trapped beneath the ruins. The missile attacks have not only caused physical destruction, but have also exacerbated anxiety across Israel as Iran continues to target Israeli and U.S. military infrastructure in the Middle East. The Israeli military has been on high alert, warning of potential further missile barrages from Iran. This tense atmosphere was compounded by a separate incident in which an Iranian missile target in southern Israel was successfully intercepted. Amidst these developments, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz delivered a stern message stating, as long as missile fire continues to target Israeli civilians, Iran will pay a heavy price that will degrade and ultimately destroy its national infrastructure and the operational capacity of the regime. He emphasized that Israel would continue to pursue and neutralize terror leadership and strike strategic assets throughout Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed these sentiments, vowing to continue the military campaign against Iran. He said, I promised you that we would continue to strike the terror regime in Tehran, and that is exactly what we are doing. After we destroyed 70% of their steel production capacity, which serves as raw material for their weapons against us, today we attacked their chemical plants. His remarks signal a potential escalation in hostilities as Israel seeks to counter Iran's aggressive actions with its own strategic offensives. The situation has prompted widespread international concern as the risk of a broader conflict looms over the region. Analysts fear that the ongoing missile exchanges could spiral into a larger confrontation, drawing in regional and global powers. The implications of such a scenario are profound, with potential repercussions for global security and stability. In the aftermath of the attacks, Israel's emergency services and military forces remain on high alert, preparing for the possibility of further Iranian missile strikes. The resilience and determination of the Israeli populace are evident as residents navigate the challenges posed by this conflict. Despite the danger, many express a steadfast commitment to their homeland, even as they seek refuge in bomb shelters during missile alerts. As the situation develops, the international community watches closely, urging restraint and diplomatic efforts to de-escalate tensions. However, if both sides entrenched in their positions, a peaceful resolution appears elusive, leaving the region on edge and the world holding its breath.